everybody. Well, it's the start of our show. Now, my first guest owns a club in Boston called the Improv Asylum. He's also opening up a new place called Laugh Boston. Please welcome to the show, Norm Laviolette. Welcome, Norm. So glad to have you here, Norm. I want to mention that you are also an improv comedian.
That is correct.
And if there's something I need right now, it's that I need to laugh. Perhaps we could do some improving here now
You look
with
like
the
you need
audience.
a hug, Steve. That's really what you look like you need. Yes, I improvise.
Excellent. I was hoping maybe we could do something with my dad. What do you?
Okay, sure. All right, let's. Would you be up for it?
I'm willing. Yes.
All right, let's go.
I'm here for you. I'm here for you.
Excellent. So let's see. Let's give us a location that two people might be able to hang out in.
The bus.
The bus.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Great. So I'll start.
Okay.
All right. Hey, thanks for paying my fare. I really appreciate it. I've been having some hard times.
I know you're down and out, right?
I mean, the fact that you're so generous and you can spare 85 cents.
Sure.
You know,
95.
well, you threw in the extra dime and really makes a difference. It does. It's a shame you fired me.
I didn't fire you.
That wasn't you?
No, it's somebody else. I'd never fire you.
That wasn't you?
It wasn't me.
They told me it was you.
No, it was Peter down the street there.
Peter!
Yeah.
The whole time I thought it was you.
You know, see?
We're going to go see Peter.
Okay.
Thanks for the 85 cents. 95 cents.
95, right.
Little
How about it, everybody? Most of the comedians that have come on this show have done straight jokes, but this improv style, it's kind of what they do on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, it's different. It's a different style of comedy. So, and that was an example of it where, the difference is when you're improvising, number one, you're making it up as you go. Certainly, you and I did not pre-plan that gem, did we? No. There's that. And I think that's such an appeal for improvisation, or at least to watch improvisation. It's watching a tightrope act, because you don't want them to fail, but you want them to possibly be able to fail, right? It's kind of like watching NASCAR. You don't really want them to wreck. Well, you kind of want them to wreck, right? So, so it is like that. But from an artist standpoint, comparing the two between improvisation and stand-up, it's scenic based. Me and you are going to do a scene together. I always look at it as in a sports analogy. Improvisation is teamwork. It's like it's a team sport. It's like basketball. I have the ball, I pass it off. You have it, you throw it to somebody else. Somebody else throws it up the hoop, you slam the joke home. That kind of thing. So it's very much of a team sport. Whereas golf, it's much more like golf. Golf is exactly like golf. I mean, there's no more one-to-one correlation than golf being like golf. Golf is like stand-up, or stand-up is like golf, and that's you and your form, day after day, honing your routine, honing your swing, so that you can say it and it sounds perfect. And the other interesting thing is, if you do stand-up well enough, it seems like you're just throwing it off the cuff, right? Seems like you're making it up on the spot. If you do improv well enough, the audience will swear to God it was scripted. It's a very odd dynamic.
Now, the Improv Asylum, it's been here for 15 years?
15 years, yeah.
And when you decided to put that together, what was your inspiration?
Nothing more selfish than I wanted a place to perform and to own a bar downtown. Really. What it was I had been working with my partner at the time, Chet Harding. We were working in a small improv group. Like every comedian, you're coming up in these small clubs and these small things. It's no different in the improv world. And we were doing a show, but we had looked at Boston at that time, and we've been big fans of Second City. The Second City is a very famous improv and sketch comedy club out of Chicago. And we had looked at that, and we said, man, there isn't a professional improv and sketch comedy theater akin to Second City here in Boston. We should do it. And we were young enough and dumb enough not to understand what we were trying to undertake. And so we found a theater that was defunct. And the reason it was defunct was it was in a building in the North End, and it was dark. The whole building was dark because the building itself had been stealing electricity from the buildings behind it for like the last 10 or 15 years. It's the North End, baby. So it just so happened, and like a realtor's like, we got a theater here. And we're like, we'll take it. And so we did that. But we also knew even then that we wanted to do this for a living. This is what I wasn't going to do anything else. And so we approached it twofold, which was we were going to put up the best shows that we possibly could, and we were going to run the best business we possibly could, so that the two things supported. And 15 years later, we're still here.
Well, congratulations on that. How about that?
Thank you very much. And the bar's still there.
Now, you and your friends have been in the paper recently here in Boston. We saw in the Globe that you're opening the new club, Laugh Boston. It'll be 5 to 7 nights a week of comedy, and it's a different type of venue. Why?
It's a different type of venue because it's a dedicated stand-up comedy club. And right now, the city of Boston does not have that, as crazy as that sounds. There's a lot of great smaller clubs. There are great large performance hall, 1,100-seat halls. But in terms of that 300-seat dedicated comedy club, it doesn't exist. And that's a huge hole in the comedy landscape. And as we look, and it's my job, and we watch what's going on in comedy, and you can feel it. It's percolating in town right now. There's amazing talent on the improv side of things, and not just us, but other folks that are working, the stand-up side of things. You can just feel it bubbling. And you have this just hole in the market of that 300-seat club that doesn't turn into, a crazy rave at 10 o'clock or, people with handling snakes or whatever they do after 1 o'clock. I don't know what they do after 1 o'clock. I'm in bed, all right? And it's not that dedicated club. And so we said we saw that there was an opportunity. That combined with watching the Seaport, which is a really developing area of the city, we're like, hey, it's the same mentality we had 15 years ago. There's a hole. Let's go fill it. And we're gonna be the ones to do it.
How about this, everybody? New club in Boston coming, Laugh Boston.
Yeah, very excited.
Now, Norm, I have a favor to ask you.
I hate favors.
Listen, you're starting a new club, and we've been doing this comedy show for 4 years, and we were hoping maybe you would have a Steve Katsos show night at Laugh Boston. What do you think about this, everybody?
Steve Katsos show night. It's intriguing. It's good. What do I get out of this? I mean, if you give a little, you got to get a little. What do I get?
Well, you get the satisfaction of knowing that you're helping Greek Americans with no money.
My wife's a Greek American. I already married one. I don't need more.
Oh, well, then you're helping and you know what that's like. But we'll give you a mug, right, everybody? We'll give a mug.
Done. I'll do it for a mug.
He'll do it for a mug.
I will do anything for swag or food. So that's totally fine. I'm a
Well,
comedian.
we've got plenty of swag because we know that we don't have plenty of dough. But we are happy that you came tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, Norm Laviolette. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
All right, we'll be right back right after this.